Okay, third time's the charm. I made a mistake in my first one, then the second one didn't have audio in it. So here we go. First of all, you need to know this. SOH TOA and what it means. In this triangle, the x is the opposite side compared to that angle, and h is the hypotenuse. O and h says it's going to be the sine of the angle is opposite over hypotenuse. And again, because we had O and H, it says it's sine. Multiplying both sides by 12 to solve for x, I'm going to get x is equal to 12 sine of 30 degrees. And in one step in your calculator, you're going to get that that equals 6. The next one. Compared to that angle, I've got the hypotenuse and I've got the adjacent. Well, adjacent and hypotenuse, I'll go back up to the top here. That's going to be cosine this time. See the A and the H there. So I'm going to write down cos of 25 is adjacent over hypotenuse. To get h by itself, I need to multiply both sides by h. Then it cancels off. That's why I did it. And then the next step is I will divide both sides by cos of 25. I will wind up with 17 over cos of 25. I should put degrees in there. And I could be saying cosine of 25, not cos. It's cos or cosine. And doing this on my calculator, make sure you're in degree mode, use the A over B button if you like, I will get approximately 19. Notice the 19 is bigger than the 17 because it's the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always the longest side. If you make mistakes, it'll be a matter of multiplying when you're dividing or vice versa. The hypotenuse is always the biggest. And in this one, I have two sides, but I'm looking for an angle. I want to find angle C. So for angle C, this is the opposite. 9 is the adjacent. Remember, adjacent means beside. So opposite and adjacent, going up to the very top, is tangent this time. O and A means tangent. Tangent of C is opposite over adjacent. The first two, we were given angles, and we just used the sine and cosine buttons. This time we're working backwards. We're doing the inverse or the opposite. That means I have to use the inverse tan button, which is above the tan button. And we're going to type this into our calculator exactly as you see it. Once you do that, you should get 42 degrees. The reason I did these three examples, this one, the variable was the angle. In this one, the variable was in the bottom. In this one, the variable was in the top. That's why I chose to do these three examples. Here we just simply multiplied them. The second one we had to do a little bit more manipulation to get the h up here and the cosine down here. And here we had to work backwards and use the inverse tan to find the angle. And we're done.